Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano video. This one we're going to take a look at some of the tools that I think are really useful when you want to research different Cardano native assets, everything from the high level stuff like information about the different tokens, right down to the distribution of holders, looking at who's interacting with dexes, who's buying, who's selling, and then looking at the profile of the different wallets that are buying and selling and tracking some of the trends that are going on there as well. If you get value, please do share it out, give the video a like. Comment questions or even any other tools that might be useful, let me know below. I will put a blog post together with the different links I mentioned here so I can add in any new ones as well. Let's jump into it. Okay, so timestamps will be below as normal. The main focus of this one is going to be in around Taptools and the new release of Taptools Pro, as well as looking at a really nice new feature on CNFT Jungle. There are a few other tools that I think are really useful. Most of them I've mentioned before, but we'll take a quick look at them as well and then come back and walk through Taptools. So if you look at CEXplorer, is one I've mentioned a lot of times on the channel. Here is one of the main Cardano block explorers, everything from looking at the pools, transactions, assets, dApps, everything like that. If you look down here, you can see the different assets, trending, gainers. So you can come in and when you go into any of these, if we say AGIX as it's the top trending, gives you all the high level information as well as more on-chain data then as well, like holders, transactions. You can see over time what the data looks like there as well. Another really good block explorer is Cardanoscan. So again, similar, you can look up transactions, pools, different tokens. If I'm looking up contract addresses or individual information on different tokens, a lot of times I come here if I want to see the raw data on it. This is actually a contract. You can see if you search for an address, it will show you here if it's a contract or a user address. So you can see this is a contract, and I was tracking it actually to see how many of the World Mobile Earth nodes were left to be claimed, because they were all in this contract. And you can see there are still 257 tokens in this. One of them is the World Mobile that has been locked up, currently just under 69 million World Mobile tokens. And then the rest are the Earth nodes that are left to be claimed. Another tool then that is very useful is Cardano Blockchain Insights. This is more, I suppose, overall view of Cardano, looking at how things are changing over time, transactions, looking again at dApps, looking at delegation, looking at the social profiles. There's a lot of different information here. And then looking at TVL, you can see they've pulled in DefiLama here. If we look at DefiLama, if you're coming from another chain, then DefiLama is one of the, I'd say the most popular ways to look at total value locked. So that is the total value that's locked up in the different protocols on a chain. And you can see for Cardano here, MinSwap is number 1, Indigo 2, Wing Riders number 3, and you can see the change over time as well. I know not everyone's a fan of TVL, but it is one metric you can use out there as well, but I wouldn't use it just as heavily as some other people do. Another really useful tool is WalletBud. So this is something where you can set up to get notifications about transactions in and out of either your own wallets, or if you identify a whale wallet through what I'm going to show you now and you want to track when they actually send assets in and out, you can set it up on this and then it will give you a notification when any assets go in and out of them wallets. You can do it through Discord or Telegram. So then back to Taptools. So we look here, Taptools is something that lets you track all of the different, I'd say the most popular tokens or native assets on Cardano, but they are adding new ones all the time as well. Up on top, it's a good way to come in the morning and see what's going on. You see the trending, you see the top gainers, the top losers. Sometimes I'll come in and I'll see what are the top gainers, and if there's something I haven't heard of, I can click into it and go and do a bit of research and see why is it moving. And then the opposite as well, you can come back here and see why are tokens, see the tokens that are falling, and then go in and see why is the reason that they're falling. Down here you get all of the different tokens, price, change, 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, and then total market cap. And just a note on that, that is the total supply multiplied by the current price, where if you look at coin market cap or something like that, generally it's ranked by the market cap, and that is the circulating supply multiplied by the current price. But currently it's a bit hard to get the circulating supply for all of the tokens on Cardano. Hopefully in time we will be able to do that a lot more clearly and have a new tab in here to order by circulating supply, because that comes into another video that I will do fairly soon, looking at tokenomics and distribution and stuff like that. You can see Taptools did put out a message about this a while ago saying why they're using the fully diluted market cap over just the actual circulating supply. And it's something I think they would like to bring in as well when the information is more readily available. So that's on the homepage there. So that's under home. Charts then is the individual charts, which is a really good charting tool for the native assets. We'll look at that in a minute. You also have your portfolio. So you can set this up here. You can link in your different wallets into it, and then it will give you the overview of your own portfolio. You can check it over time. So this is just a test wallet that I use for things like this, and you can see not a lot of action in it. Even over 90 days, you can see not a lot happens here. And you can see the tokens that are in it, ADA, World Mobile, and then get the overall ADA value if you were to liquidate the portfolio all back into ADA. And if you look down here as well, now I don't think I've done any trades with this particular wallet. You can see trades, you'd be able to see the different trades you've done on dexes down here then as well. If you want to add new wallets into this, you can click on add new wallet. So you could connect through Eternal, Flint, or if you go into other, you can connect up some of the different wallet providers here or add addresses manually. So you could use it to track some of the bigger whales in different, I suppose, native assets as well, if you wanted to do something like that. There's lots of different use cases there as well. So that's under portfolio. Watchlist then is just whatever tokens you're watching yourself. So I picked 3 here just for the video. So you can see World Mobile, Liquid, and NTX. So you could use this as your homepage rather than having to go in to look at all the tokens. You can see the ones that you have most interest in. There's a wallet watch list as well. This is part of Pro. So when you find a wallet, you can tag that and then watch that wallet as well. So you could come in here and look at what's going on in that wallet. Again, you could use this as your homepage and come in daily just to keep an eye on what's going on with the different wallets you're watching as well. So that covers most of that. We'll just do the charts then before we go into the new Pro features that are out. So this is the charts. Again, you have all the usual stuff that you have with TradingView for drawing on the charts to show you what's going on, or if you want to do your TA directly here, you can do it here as well. Up on the right gives you all the basic information about the token, tells you the daily volume, the amount of pool data, the amount of AGIX. So this is what's locked up in the pools over on dexes. A bit more information there as well, and this one here I like. It's compare the dexes, so you can see what type of volume is on the individual dexes for that token as well. You can see not a massive amount of pool data on these. There's 1.6 million, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not as big as some of the other assets. And then on Wing Riders and Sunday Swap for AGIX, there isn't really a huge amount of volume there. So all of the trading right now would be done over on MinSwap. So any of your watch lists and then the top movers or fall are the ones that have fell away over the last 24 hours as well. Okay, then on to the trade history, and this is where we'll start to get into some of the Pro features that have been added as well. So the trade history is there for everyone, and if you come down here you can see the type, and then it's either buy or sell. See the price, see the amount of the token that was bought or sold, and then the amount of ADA in that transaction as well. If you want to check out the address that done it over on Cardanoscan, you can click here. But then you see this wallet profiler here, and this is part of the Pro features that you can click in and analyze that address as well. You can see here they classify what each one is, and it depends on how much ADA is linked to that account. Currently the Pro features are for free on the beta, but there will be a monthly subscription coming in for them, I think 30 days after they initially launched them. Not sure the full details there, but once I see it, I'll make sure to mention in videos and retweet, because I will be using these tools a lot more in videos as well. So if we scroll on down here, you can see the different transactions. So this one here was a decent buy, 10,000 ADA for just under 20,000 AGIX. So if we come over here and you want to check out this wallet and see, did they own some before or why were they buying? You can click on the icon here and that will open up the wallet profiler. So what you get here is a quick overview of this wallet, what they actually, so you can see down here the tokens that they actually hold. Then you can see their trade history. So you see in green here, you have all is up first. So their full trade history, how much they've bought, how much they've sold. Or if you click on the actual token you're on, you see the individual trades for that. So that's just the overview. But if you click on view full wallet profiler here, then you start to get a bigger picture as well. So you can see the activity over time. So this person has done a decent few trades over time. You can see the days of the week they normally trade or the hours. So if it's a wallet that's a bigger wallet and say over time, what you might notice is if you find a wallet that was part of a private sale in a project, and I'll get into this more when I do the video on tokenomics and distribution and stuff like that, but you'll see that there'll be a certain time of the month where maybe they sell off a big amount of tokens, and you'll be able to start tracking it here and start to find out what date in every month does certain projects have their private sale release or release of their public sale tokens. And that's generally a day where you can see a bit of a dip in that token. But again, I'll talk about that in the video on tokenomics. Make sure you subscribe if you're not, if you want to see that one. So coming on down, then you can see over on the left, you see the holdings of this wallet. So you see everything that they have, or if you look at trading volume, you can look at the tokens that they've traded. Again, you can break that down into see that this person does most of their trading on MinSwap and some on SundaeSwap. So up here then is where you get deeper into the features. So we look at the portfolio here. So this is this person's portfolio. I don't know who the person is, and you can see what they hold here. This is all possible because look, it's a public blockchain. Everything's recorded on the blockchain and can be publicly accessible. I've seen people say that this is why we need Midnight for people that want more private transactions. That will be the side chain on Cardano. And again, I've talked about that in some videos. Once we get more details, I'll do a full video on that one as well. So this is their portfolio. So if we look in the trade history, then you can see, again, this is what we've seen in the smaller view. You can see all of their buys and all of their sells. So they've bought 19,700 ADA worth of tokens and sold 11,500. You can filter by the different assets. So if you found a wallet that you want to track the activity, if you found some of the bigger whale wallets, you might be able to filter on whatever token you're interested in. And you see over time that you'll see that some of them, they'll have a lot of sells like this. And then later on when the price is dropped, you'll see they start to buy back into the market. And accounts that I've seen, some of them have a couple of hundred transactions where they are just buying and selling all the time, and again going with the flow of the market, trying to accumulate more of the token that they're trading. So you can filter there by the token. You can see again down here, this person was selling off MinSwap tokens back here. Now that is back last year, so this person isn't a very active trader, but if they were, then you'd be able to see that type of stuff there as well. So there's one other feature there, associated wallets, which I'll take you into last because that links us into CNFT Jungle and the new feature they have with their visualizer. I think they're very closely matched and can work well together. The last one here is hot wallets. So if I come into hot wallets, you can see here that this is all of the wallets that have interacted with Cardano dexes. So you can see here, it's ordered by, or it's done by stake key here. You can see the volume in 24 hours. Volume in the last 7 days, volume in the last 30 days as well. So if I come in here, I can order this by total ADA if I wanted either. You can see the different addresses, and again you can go into these and it brings you into the wallet profiler then as well. So this could be a way if you wanted to come in and see what are the bigger whales within the ecosystem doing. And as we get more into the bull market, you'll see these numbers go up a lot and there'll be a lot more transactions going on, and you'll see bigger accounts making bigger moves as well. So it could be a good way to analyze, keep track of what's going on as well. So then if we go back to the feature that I skipped over, was the associated wallets. So if I go back into the charts and we'll get a random address again on this one. So let's pick one of these that has a bit more volume. So here's a sell one here. So we'll go into this one to the wallet profiler, and again we click into view wallet profiler, and you can see this one has a fairly decent trade history as well. So again, like before, you can see the different assets that they hold, but what I wanted to go into was associated wallets, and this will link into CNFT Jungle as well and the new visualizer that they have. So if I look here at associated wallets, what this does is this shows me all of the wallets that this particular account has interacted with. So I can see that this wallet was funded by KuCoin and by Binance, and then by these addresses as well, all paid funds into this wallet. You can see the number of times that they've got funds in, the number of time or the amount that they've put out, and the number of outbound transactions as well. So you can see with the batchers, that's more than likely going to be transactions or doing trades in and out of the exchanges. But that's where you can come in and see where these wallets have interacted. I would love to see this expanded actually with the exchanges, to maybe get another tab on under the Pro, it could be, where you see the amount of funds that are going in and out of different exchanges as well, to start tracking the flow of funds between everyday users and back into centralized exchanges as well, will be a nice stat to have in here. And hopefully it's something maybe they could look at with all of the data that they have. So then that leads us into CNFT Jungle. So if you are in the NFT space, I'm sure you're familiar with this site. If you're not, then it's definitely one you need to take a look at. But the new feature they've added is for more on general wallet transactions that I'll show you now in a second. So just for anyone who isn't familiar, this is where you will get a lot of stats across all the different NFT collections. You can go through it here. I'll probably cover it in another video. And again, I will maybe talk to the team. So that leads us into CNFT Jungle. So CNFT Jungle is, I suppose, primarily would be for NFTs, but they've added a new feature that works for all different wallets as well and tracking different transactions. I'll show you that in a minute. But on an overview of CNFT Jungle, if you're in the NFT space, I'm sure you're familiar with it. If you're not, then it's definitely one to check out, and it's expanding all the time. You can see, you can go in and get stats across any different collection. They also have NFT sniping. So if you come in here, if you hold one of the NFTs, you can go in and buy them on JPEG Store either. They have a plugin for your browser that allows you to go hunting for certain NFTs. So it could be looking at certain prices or certain rarities or traits. You can put it in that when they come up in the market, then you get a notification. I know there was talk of automatic buys, but I'm not sure if that type of stuff is in yet. But I will dive deeper into this in another video. So just on this one here, this is the new visualizer. So they have it called Flow. So what you can do here is in the tab or in the browser up on top, if I come back here and I will copy out this address. So if I copy the address that we were looking at here, where you see KuCoin and Binance and all the different addresses, if I come over to CNFT Jungle, so it's cnftjungle.io/flow/the address. So you can see there's 3 addresses associated with this stake key here. If you go back to Taptools, then what they do is they break it out and show you all of the different addresses within that stake key and combine it here. But on this one, you can see the different addresses. So if I go into, you can see the different funds that have come into these addresses as well. If I go into this address here, I can then go get nested relations. So that shows me the flow of funds into that particular address. So I can start to see all of the different addresses that have sent funds into this. You also see where funds have gone out. So again, you can see some funds going out up here. And again, this is one of the addresses in that stake key. There is other ones. And this one probably a little bit more complex for a basic show of this. But say you've seen funds, say you've seen one of these addresses. There's one there that sent in 100,000 data into this address here. You wanted to see where did that address get the 100,000? Then you can go into that one, click get nested relations. So that one actually is probably going to be the exchange address. So if it comes back, it's going to come back with a load of addresses coming up there. But I leave that one there anyway. But I think this is another tool that as things grow, this will become very interesting as well, because you can track the funds and see where the flow of funds is in a very easy to visualize way. Now this one does have a lot of addresses. Yeah, you can see that one come up there. So that must have been the exchange address. So you can see these are all the other addresses that have interacted with that. And that's kind of what I was talking about when I was on Taptools Pro, that I'd love to see these stats summarized as well, to see the flow of the overall flow between different exchanges and the community as well. Hopefully this has been of some help with these tools. If you find new features or new tools as well, make sure and let me know, and I will add them into the blog post down below and go through these in more detail in future videos as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you're new, share it out if you think others can benefit. I will talk to you soon.